So today guys, I went back to the update 1.18's test server to test out some more vehicles Wargaming Rebalanced in the upcoming update 1.18, which by the way should be over here in roughly 2 to 3 weeks. This is just my prediction over here, but so many of you guys keep asking when is update 1.18 coming to the live server. My prediction is that they do not release it during the anniversary event. So tomorrow, so from 12th of August, we're going to have the anniversary event. I honestly do not think they're going to add it during that event, so I guess after this, so in roughly 2 to 3 weeks. You know, this is quite a massive batch. We have like one of the biggest batches ever released, a completely new tech, 3 new map, a lot of maps rebalanced, a lot of vehicles rebalanced, and many other things actually as well are being introduced with 1.18. But today in this video, Kranvagn is going to be our main topic because this vehicle was one of the most anticipated rebalances, and many of you wanted to see how it behaves now after all those nerfs they added. So, what did Wargaming do? Once again, let's go over it. Here is the list of changes Wargaming added, or the list of, tune characteristics Wargaming did to the Kranvagn in 1.18. And by the way, on the background you are going to see my first 2 battles played back to back with Kranvagn on the update 1.18's test server with the rebalanced characteristics. So first up, mobility. Mobility was hit quite hard actually. Previously it had 60 kilometers per hour top speed. It was put down to 45 kilometers per hour, so they removed 15 kph top speed, which definitely is going to affect this vehicle, not able to take the key positions that early, that aggressively at the start of the game anymore. This was quite a big problem with Kranvagn. Kranvagn was in those key positions very fast and already done reloading, and already was able to put 1300 damage into your face or into the side, catching you crossing some open field, and easy crossfire from Kranvagn. This is still going to happen, but not that often on handful of maps. Same goes to the reverse speed, minus 6 kilometers per hour off from the reverse speed, from 18 down to 12 kilometers per hour. So mobility, definitely is going to affect this. On the top of that, now let's talk about the gun. Dispersion at 100 meters nerfed up to 0.4. It was 0.36, now 0.4. And also gun handling wise, the dispersion was nerfed up to 0.18 from 0.10. Now, those two things combined, you should hit less shots, right? Yes, you are going to hit less shots every now and then, but honestly speaking, completely honestly speaking, over here, I didn't feel that big of a difference. Before I tested this vehicle out on the test server, I played couple battles on the live server, just to get a good feel on the live server with the version of the Kranvagn we have over there right now, and then I can compare those easily. It felt almost exactly the same. Like, I cannot lie to you. Thinking about how aggressive this vehicle is, how up in the face this tank is all the time with its armoring anyway, I honestly didn't feel that big of a difference. Maybe you're going to miss some pixel weak spot snipes here and there, even in close range, but honestly, overall, I did not feel the difference. And by the way, I was playing on the live server and on the test server with exactly the same setup as well. I did not change anything. On the top of that, DPM was nerfed, reload time increased up to 25 seconds, but if you use, decent crew, if you have whichever crew members you're using, if you're using food, you're able to get that reload time down to like, let's say, around 22 second reload time, from 20 to 22 second reload time, so it is still very, very fast. 20 second, 22 second reload time doesn't matter that much. You're still able to dish out damage, right? And increasing the reload time lowered the DPM by 337 DPM points, HP points, down to 2,596, so 2,600 we can say. And this is what they did to Kranvagn. This is Kranvagn with the rebalanced characteristics on the update 1.18's test server. You saw the first battle on Mines. This was the first battle, and in this one as well, I was fooling around. I was streaming during those battles. I was just trying to put this Kranvagn into situations where, I have to take some snapshots every now and then, and to test out the overall gameplay of this vehicle. And in the first battle, I bounced the 3,600 damage, and most of those rounds I bounced were 345mm of penetration heat rounds from Minotauros, from those 2 or 3 Minotauros you saw on the Mines map, right? And after that battle, we had a discussion in chat, and you know, the outcome of the discussion was that absolutely nothing changed on the Kranvagn's overall gameplay. The only thing I felt during those battles was that now I have less reverse speed and I have less top speed. Not 60 anymore, or 65, 66 if you use turbo, but down to 45 or 50, 51 if you use turbo once again. That's the only thing I felt on the battlefield. I was bouncing as much, I was dishing out as much damage basically. Yes, you know, missing some shots here and there, but overall you get the point. And to reload 3.5 seconds longer, how much is that actually going to affect the overall damage output of this vehicle? I would say no. Nerfing the DPM, yes, that's all nice and handy, but what is actually affecting more the damage outcome is, you know, nerfing the gun handling, the accuracy, the dispersion, right? But as I said, the only thing I felt right there and then was to nerf to top speed, because as I said, in the first battle, 5.6k damage bounced, you know. This was, for many players, was the biggest problem on Kranvagn, that it had no weak spots, you know, hard to counter, it is able to come in, dish out 1300 damage into your face and pull back without any consequences, yeah? Sorry, London, not my first language, but it is able to do the same. Now it is still able to do the same. I'm putting this tank into some very rough positions, into some very rough situations, as you can see over here. I'm only receiving heat rounds, and you know, that was a nice quick snapshot by the enemy Kranvagn, which was able to snapshot still, because, you know, it is not able to penetrate most of it over here. But I'm going to put one nice snapshot back. So we basically traded snapshots with each other, with the rebalanced you know, vehicle characteristics. And talking about the armor, talking about the bouncing, hull down action over here, you know, same thing happens over here. This is test server where basically everyone is spamming full premium rounds, and I'm still bouncing some heat rounds, I'm still bouncing some very high penetration heat rounds. Well, Kranvagn's heat is not the highest penetration, only like 300, yes, for the heat round this is actually very low, but I'm still bouncing some, you know, 1500 damage bounced so far, and you know, there is going to be some more to come, and some more sniping shots as well. This battle was basically beautiful, testing out the gun handling as well, and when I did hit some of those sniping shots, you know, chat was laughing like, where is the accuracy nerf, where is the gun handling nerf? But you know, nerf is nerf, it is going to make you miss shots which you would have hit before previously every now and then. And here is the AMX M454 with the new buffed gun. And you know, some other buffs here and there as well, and I really do think they did a very good job with AMX. And there was a wild AMX 50B sniping me across the map. 50B, who is where the Gorilla 15 now is most likely. Here is M4 coming in, I have to pull back, I do not want to risk, but here is Minotauro, which is going to make me feel so much more secure. Because AMX definitely does not want to push me down anymore, even though I am a one-shot, so that was perfect time for me to simply leave that position, because you can see that from the south, enemy WZ55 is pushing in as well. Our AMX, our WZ55 is pushing in as well and spotting that STRV, for example, and hopefully is going to spot Gorilla 15 as well. Now I'm simply waiting at STRV, and you can see, oh, you can't see the outline, you can't see the outline anyway. The point is, I was, you know, not able to see the full vehicle with the first shot, but I was still able to hit 2 sniping shots back to back, just like that, to pick up that STRV with APCR rounds. I think I do not fire any premium rounds in this battle, if I remember correctly. Maybe, but I don't think so. So Gorilla 15 is up there. We know we're aware of that AMX 50B as well, who could be able to shoot us, but that 50B has to be accurate, and boom, there it is. 50B is accurate, hitting the tracks. You know, I was very lucky over there to bounce the first shot, I would say so, because I'm over here. I'm pretty sure portion of my lower plate is hidden behind the hill for AMX 50B, and the second shot didn't even hit the hull, it did hit the tracks. Guerrilla 15 has been destroyed. Here is AMX-50B, M4, Jagdpanzer V100 and Minotauro left in this battle. I have been spotted, but I'm waiting for the VZ-55 to do the spotting and trying to get another sniping shot into AMX-50B. Here is AMX-50B, and boom, just like that, 450 meters away, 445 meters away, basically, and boom, just like that. AMX-50B has been destroyed. So in this battle, I did hit every single sniping shot. Yeah. And the battle is over, even when fooling around, even when testing this vehicle out, you know, hull down position, what it is capable of doing. 5,300 damage done and some damage bounced. So all in all, once again, I have to say the overall gameplay has not been affected that much. And when I made my first episode about Kranvagn introducing buffs, you know, there were two types, or actually three types of players in the comment section. Some said it is too little of a rebalance, it needs more. There were players who said, you know, as I said before, it's a kill shot, not a nerf. Kranvagn has been destroyed. But also there were people who said, yes, Kranvagn needs rebalancing, but Wargaming did it wrong. They focused on wrong things, because the biggest problem about Kranvagn is the armor, the hull down armor and the gun combination, basically. So yes, they detuned the gun, but they didn't do anything to the armor, because right now, you know, it is simply able to peek at you, take all the shots and pull back without putting itself into too big of a risk. You know, if it angles its gun or if it goes too deep, yes, you're able to see the commander hatches, but those are very, very tiny. You have to be very, very lucky and accurate to hit it. So the suggestion was to make those top commander hatches, or one commander hatch at least, a bit bigger, you know, maybe up to those invisible or the spaced armor lines right over there, which, you know, to damage maybe up to that area. So Kranvagn can still do the same work, you know, can still do massive damage, hull down, but every now and then or after every shot has to raise the gun. You know, it makes it a bit harder to play and a bit more skillful to play. So it is not simply able to take a dump on the enemies, but, you know, the player actually has to work its gun as well up and down every now and then, and maybe this would have been better solution, you know, rebalancing this tank, because playing on it on the test server, you know, we have to think about that as well, of course, that on the test server people are fooling around a bit more. You cannot get like 100% accurate result, but I would say on the live server there are harder positions for this, or this tank can go into harder positions for enemies to penetrate. Anyway, you get my point. On the live server, it may be harder to penetrate this vehicle. This is what I'm trying to say in a very weird way. But, you know, this is what it is on the update 1.18's test server. Have you tried this vehicle out yourself as well? Have you tried it out on the test server? If you have, what do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section down below. And, yeah, guys, I catch you next time with something else. There is so much happening in World of Tanks right now. It's crazy. Like, so many new leaked videos are coming out, or leaked tanks are coming out. Super test tanks are coming out. The anniversary event, the test server. I have still some more testing to do. So, whew, we have a lot of content coming. Stay tuned by subscribing, hit the bell notification as well. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll get you next time with something else. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, stay naked, take care, and bye.